Hey everybody, I am going to show you how to use guided access, a feature on your iPad that will be of great value to any teacher with iPads in the classroom, but particularly if you have students who are having a hard time staying on task or staying in an app. Also really valuable in an SDC class to help students stay focused and kind of attentive to the task at hand. You will have to set this on each student's iPad where you want it sort of up and running. So this is not the type of thing you would just do for every student in the room. It's not going to be a convenient tool for you that way. But if you do have a student who you've talked with a few times, you've tried some other intervention strategies, you've had some consequences and conversations, but it doesn't seem to be working, this can be one of those consequences that helps to guide their behavior, but doesn't necessarily take the tool of the iPad away from them completely. So let's get started. I'm going to click on Settings here. And under Settings, I'm going to choose General on the left-hand side, which takes me to this screen on the right-hand side. And just a few down, about the fifth choice down, is something called Accessibility. So we're going to tap there. And I would encourage you to look through all of these options because sometimes you find something that's really great for a particular student that you might have in your room. But the one we're going to talk about today is almost toward the bottom under Learning, and it's called Guided Access. I'm going to tap that. And we need to turn it on right here. Now, once guided access is turned on, I can actually go back out to my home screen, and I'm going to go into an app. So here I am in Pixie, and let's pretend that I have a student who just absolutely cannot resist using this little webcam right up here that it just drives you nuts. You're trying to get them to work on a project and they keep messing with the webcam, making silly faces. So what I can do with guided access is triple click my home button. So you're going to hear me. I'm going to do a really fast 1, 2, 3. Click on my home button. Here I go. There it goes. If it doesn't go the first time, you can try it again. It's just a triple click. So now I have some choices. I can either simply click Start right here, and what will happen is it will lock the student in this app. They will not be able to click out to the internet. Right now I have it set so that the student can use every feature of the app, which is great. It'll just lock them in Pixie. So let's see what that looks like first, and then we'll disable that webcam in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Start. If I want to, I can even set a time limit. So just say I want this student working in Pixie for 20 minutes, and then they can go out and it'll just turn itself off and they can go do whatever they need to do. If you are in a classroom with some assistive needs, you can even turn off just the ability to touch the iPad and have it do anything. So if you want your students to just watch a video and you have some mobility concerns where a student might be grabbing at the iPad or touching it, you can disable the screen in general as far as the touch aspect goes. So we're not going to set a time limit just yet. I'm just going to say Start. And this is where you'll need to set a passcode. Now remember, you're doing this on the student's iPad, not yours. So you're going to need to set a passcode that you and only you will remember. Students are sharp, so something like 1111 or 1234, they're savvy enough to kind of get around that. So pick something that you will remember but that your students wouldn't guess. And it's going to ask you to enter it one more time. And now what happens is you get this message here that guided access has started. So I'm going to pretend I'm a student, and what I'm going to do right now is touch my home button. I'm clicking on it, but it gives me this warning up here. It says guided access is enabled. You can't do that. So that's great. Your student is now locked into this app and they can't get out to anything else. To deactivate, I triple click again. 1, 2, 3. And I have to put that passcode in. So this is where you will re-enter your passcode for the student to get them out. The last thing you can do in guided access that's really cool is just limit a certain part of the app like we were talking about, just this webcam right here. So what it tells us to do is circle the area on the screen we'd like to disable. So I'm just going to circle this camera right here, and it makes me a nice little blackout button. And then when I say resume, I'm back into guided access, but I can use the whole app, but I can no longer click on that webcam app. It's part of the app. It's just locked down for the students. So that is one way you can use guided access, or a couple ways to use guided access to help your students stay on task and keep themselves out of trouble. Thanks, everyone.